Let's look at something. Excuse me. I'm going to be in verse 14. And no wonder, for even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. Time out. Satan doesn't appear as some guy in a red long john suit with horns and a pointy tail and a pitchfork. Sorry. It says, he even disguises himself as a messenger of good news. Angel means messenger. Light is good news. He disguises himself as a preacher. An angel, a messenger of light. Verse 15, therefore it's not surprising if his servants, demons, fallen angels, also disguise themselves as servants of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their deeds. Fallen angels don't always manifest as goblins. They will manifest themselves as people representing God who will bring you some bad news. Is anybody even hearing me?
Amen.
Are you getting this?
Yes.
All right. I got a lot of scriptures to turn to, and either make notes or flip with me pretty quick. Hebrews chapter 1. It's talking about angels here. Drop all the way down to verse 14. Here's a question. It's a rhetorical question. Talking about angels. Are they not all ministering spirits? The answer is yes, they are. Sent out to render service for the sake of those who inherit salvation. Time out. Angels are all ministering ghosts. Spirits, numas, same word. Yeah. Angels are all sent out to be ministering servants of those who would inherit righteousness. This is another one of those scriptures that makes religious people mad. You're greater than the angels.
Yes.
They were all originally made to be your servant.
Yes.
Are you an inherit of righteousness? Okay, then they're all ministering spirits who were sent to provide service for you.
Yes.
Amen.
It gives you an incredible amount of authority to tell them what to do. You should be doing that.
Amen.
I don't know who this is for, but when one of your kids is taking a road trip and you feel like you need to pray for them, you need to go outside and not just pray with them. You need to say, hey, angels, get out here and get around this car.
Amen.
I want one in front, back, right, left. And you go and you stay with them and you clear the path. And they'll be like, yes, sir.
Yes.
Amen.
They are your ministering spirits. That's what they're supposed to do.
Yes.
Now, demons are fallen angels to begin with. They're rebellious. They were originally created to be your servants, but now they're not. Now they will disguise themselves and try to buy you into some deception. Do you understand?
Amen.
They're no longer providing service for you. Now they're trying to provide deception for you and get you to buy into a bunch of junk. Okay. 1 John chapter 4. Beloved, hey y'all, beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits. No, shall I, King James? Don't believe all the ghosts. Same word. They're pneumas. Don't believe all these ghosts, but test the ghosts. See if they're from God. Are you beginning to see something here?
Amen.
Because if your human thoughts are like this, well, the person that died, these things, they look like him, or they act like him, and they talk like him, and so therefore that must be him. You've been tricked.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you. I said I have a lot of scriptures. Leviticus. I'm going to be in Leviticus and Deuteronomy and Samuel. I'm going to show you something. And you don't even have to be there with me. Just listen carefully or make notes. That's how you Ghostbusters conclude that that is so-and-so's ghost, because it looks like them, it walks like them, it talks like them, it acts like them, it lives in the same house. It must be them. You know what that is? That's a, quote, familiar spirit. A familiar pneuma. A familiar ghost. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get this, and light bulbs are starting to flicker.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 31, part of the law. Do not turn to mediums or ghosts or familiar spirits. Can you understand English?
Amen.
Part of the law. Do not turn to mediums, spiritualists, palm readers, whatever, mediums, or familiar spirits. Don't seek them out to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. Part of the law. Deuteronomy. Listen. Don't let there be found among you, this is more of the law, anyone who makes his son or his daughter walk through fire, or anyone who uses divination, or anyone who practices witchcraft, or anyone who interprets omens, reads tarot cards, whatever. And don't let there be any of these found among you that is a medium or a familiar spirit or one that calls things up from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it didn't say that you can call things up from the dead. He said, don't even try that junk.
Amen.
Don't go there, is what the law says. He's not saying that it's all real and true. He's saying there's people who's going to be trying to get you involved in this stuff. Don't do it.
Amen.
Don't be around mediums and spiritists and whatever. And people who will say, well, let's have a, what do you call those things?
Seance.
A seance. Let's call up the dead. Okay? He said, don't even go around it. Don't even let that stuff be found among you.
Amen.
Part of the law.
Amen.
Okay? You want to hear my translation? And don't play with Ouija boards.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
1 Samuel, let's see an experience of this. Chapter 28. Don't get involved with a familiar spirit. Now, before I even read this, you guys are smart. What would a familiar spirit, a familiar pneuma be? It would mean one that knows some stuff about you.
Mm-hmm.
That could probably be a pretty good actor of who you used to be. Okay. You do realize that they have been around people as long as people have been on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
See, they live here without an earth suit. It doesn't mean that they haven't seen stuff.
Right.
They can get to become... I mean, if you lived with lizards or monkeys for a million years, don't you think you can pretty much figure out a little bit what they do and how they do it? You can be a little bit familiar with them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, fallen angels are very familiar with people. It doesn't take very much effort for them to act like somebody.
Yep.
Okay, let's see.